Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi guys, welcome. Ang tanong natin hinog na ba si Kai Sotto na mapunta sa NBA? Ano pa kaya ang kulang niya para mapunta dyan? At napansin kaya siya sa NBA? Ayan, sa mga kaiju, sa mga fans na ni Kai Sotto. Pwedeng mapanood nyo to ah, after na kayo ay hindi na busy. So makikita natin dito ano ba talaga ang tunay na sitwasyon ng ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto. Napansin kaya siya. Ayan, welcome to my YouTube channel. Ayan. Ayan, tingnan natin to guys ha. Anong masasabi nyo dito sa video na to?
These days in the NBA. 7 feet plus, ability to shoot the three ball, ability to drop
a dime, can play both sides of the court with guard-like skills. Needless to say, these are the qualities which made Victor Wembanyama the quote-unquote best prospect in NBA history. And the truth is, these days, all NBA teams would love a unicorn on their team. I mean, the past 3 MVPs have all matched these profiles. Then, when it comes to the recent drafts, the 2023 number 1 pick matched this profile, and the 2022 number 2 pick also matched this profile. Overall, it just seems like adjectives for big, skilled, and mobile is the direction the league is heading in. Well, today we're going to take a look at one of the most extraordinary international prospects of the decade. While some people may have written him off going
Usapan natin si Kai Sotto. Kasi maraming mga big man na talagang kitang-kita sila. Number one dyan si Victor Wembanyama. At siya ay taga France. Pero bakit hindi nila manotice ang ating kababayan si Kai Sotto? Mayroong mga nag-vlog noon daw ang chance ni Kai Sotto noong 2018 napakalaki. Ngayon daw napakalaki dahil nasa dami ng vlogger. Sabi natin na meron na tayo na talagang hype na hype tayo kay Kai Sotto. Pero bakit hindi siya mapansin? At sa katatapos ng NBA summer league, walang notice na siya ay talagang kinuha na ng NBA. Oo, nakasama siya sa Orlando Magic. 3 beses siyang ah, hindi nakuha sa dalawa. And guys, marami nag-aabang sa kakayahan ng ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto, pero ano bang kulang pa at kailangan pa niyang gawin? So dito, makita natin, pinicture siya ng isang vlogger din sa Amerika. Hope Reports. Siyempre, tungkol pa rin sa basketball. Pinakita nila dito yung authenticity ng mga big men, modern big men sa NBA, katulad ni yung bago ngayon si Victor Wembanyama. Talagang hindi naman siya hype kasi talagang magaling, malakas, at talagang binigyan siya ng malaking kontrata. Number 1 pick sa NBA 2023. Ngayon, ang natira na question is, hindi ba nila na-notice ang ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto? Big man din siya. Kasi dati, ang laki ng hype niya, ang laki ng chance siya nung siya ay nasa NBA G-League Ignite at sa 2018, ang laki ng chance siya. So, panoorin natin ha.
There's more than meets the eye when it comes to the Filipino star. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the scary truth about Kai Sotto. In addition to being an alien like Wembanyama at 7'3", if there's one area of Kai's background that makes him a scary basketball prospect, it's the fact that the young man started playing basketball at the tender age of 4, while trading under his father, Irving Sotto, who was a high lottery pick in the PBA. Now, while some people may gloss over the fact that he started playing at such a young age, I can't help but think of the advantages it gives him as an adult. I mean, looking at the past 3 MVPs, Giannis didn't start playing until the age of 11. Embiid didn't start playing until he was 15. And Jokic, on the other hand, I'm not sure when he first picked up a basketball, but the man had to apparently be dragged to basketball practice at the age of 10 and actually quit basketball for a bit at the age of 13. Now, don't get me wrong, all these guys are superstars and are some of the best players in the history of the game. But could you imagine what they'd be if they started playing consistently from the age of 4? I ain't saying that anybody and everybody who starts playing at such a
Yeah, balik tayo dito. Yung comparison ng Giannis,
start playing until
yeah. Siguro ito na lang muna sa lakas ni Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yung skill set meron na. Makita natin, meron skill set ang ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto. Pero meron ba siyang lakas? Yung pisik. Kasi nung nag-umpisa si Giannis Antetokounmpo, malakas na siya. Kaya nga siya lalo pang lumakas. Yung nakikita kong maaring kulang pa kay Sotto yung hindi dapat siya maging maamo siya. Kailangan pang yabang pa. Matinding talagang puwersa ng kadiliman ng kailangan. Hindi na tingin ko nagiging kulang. Kasi ito, pinipictures ngayon. Panahon ito ng mga big man. Yung nakaraan draft is about forward, big forward and small forward na skills. Ngayon, pinipictures nila maraming big man na nagre-reign ngayon sa NBA. Katulad ni Giannis Antetokounmpo, ni Victor Wembanyama, bagong Victor Wembanyama na titignan natin kung by October o September, pagdating ng pre-season mamayani siya bilang isang malaking modern big man kasi 7'4". So, nasan si Kai Sotto doon? So, patuloy natin panoorin na.
Till the age of 11. Embiid didn't start playing until he was 15. And Jokic, on the other hand, I'm not sure when he first picked up a basketball, but the man had to apparently be dragged to basketball practice at the age of 10 and actually quit basketball for a bit at the age of 13. Now, don't get me wrong, all these guys are superstars and are some of the best players in the history of the game. But could you imagine what they'd be if they started playing consistently from the age of 4? I ain't saying that anybody and everybody who starts playing at such a youthful age is going to become an NBA superstar. But when you combine the fact that Kai is 7'3", you have something that could be potentially scary. I mean, when I think of NBA players
Since I discovered this tool, my cell phone keeps receiving these notifications all day. Can you see it?
who took basketball seriously from such a young
Pinapakita dito yung transition ng mga NBA player. Si Kai Sotto nag-umpisa at the age of 4. So, ano bang kulang pa? Bakit hindi pa siya ba? Ito makikita dito yung history by history. Pinakita yung great players na naglalaro na sa NBA at yung kakayahan ng ating kabuhay ni Kai Sotto. Kung ano pa ang pwede niyang maibigay. Kaya nga ito na-notice to sa isang vlog sa Amerika at pinanood siya ng mga tuloy natin.
young age, I think of stars like LaMelo Ball, Kyrie Irving, and Steph Curry. You know, players that, in addition to all the basics, just have that extra oomph to their game that coaches just can't teach. Like, for example, just look here. After getting the block on one end of the floor, the man then ends up with the ball in his hands. He knows his team is down 14 at this point and probably feels that he has to get a bucket himself. So, instead of passing it down to his point guard, he takes it coast to coast himself, crosses over his defender, and floats it in with his right hand. With his right hand. The
In case, pinakapansin mo na ano pala ka mga pinakawalan sa Kai Sotto na kung mapapansin lang at mabibigyan ng opportunity. Kasi marami mga vlogger, sabi ko na talagang halos i-hype siya. Ano kaya ni Kai Sotto ang potential na makapunta sa NBA? Sige, siguro din. Parang sumasalit. Tutuloy natin.
The reason why I'm emphasizing this is because the man actually shoots with his left hand. How crazy is that? Like, it's quite a spectacle to see someone such as Uncle Drew finishing with either hand smoothly at the rim, but a 7'3" center? That's almost unheard of. And that's just one of the many advantages players tend to have when they start training seriously at a young age, with a father who played professionally. Next off, what makes him a really scary prospect for the future is his personality. Some people may not see personality as a big
Actually, ito sabi ko sa inyo guys, si Kai Sotto, naturally, siya, right-handed. Pero since nag-umpisa nga siya ng basketball since 4 years, pinractice na maging left-handed siya. Si LeBron James naman, ito si LeBron James, ang history ni LeBron James. Si LeBron James ay left-handed talaga siya, pero pinractice siya ng right-handed. Kaya, kung makikita niyo, ang strong side ni Kai Sotto, pwede siya sa left, pwede siya sa right. Ang hindi lang talaga makita dito ng isang NBA team kung paano ba siya gagamitin at kung bibigyan ba siya ng malaking oras at playing time sa court at ibigay sa kanya. Tingin mo mag-perform. Yun yung hindi pa makita ng ibang NBA team na potential to. Kasi si Victor Wembanyama nung naglaro ng unang game, medyo kinakapapa niya. Hanggang sa siguro sinabi ng coach na, sige, ibigay kayo Victor Wembanyama. Tingnan natin kung ano ang pwede niyang gawin. O pumunta siya ng 27 points. Yun yung tingin ko na hindi pa maibigay kay Kai Sotto sa isang NBA team, lalo na sa NBA Summer League, yung potential talaga ng isang big man. Siyempre makita natin talagang, siyempre may pressure din sa ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto. Hindi naman ganun kadali. Pero kailangan talaga niya magpalakas. So tuloy natin yung video.
Thing when it comes to playing in the NBA, but it is. Take 7'3" Hashim Thabit, for example, who was selected number 2 overall back in 2009 by the Memphis Grizzlies. He was projected to be a huge megastar based on his physical attributes, but was a huge disappointment in the NBA. And if you ever wondered why, in an interview years later, the defensive maestro Tony Allen said that it was because of Hashim's poor eating habits, the lack of a developmental support system, and in general, he just didn't listen to his vets and thought he knew everything. Well, compare that with what a scouting director for Adelaide said about Sotto. Kai is a positive influence who brings energy and effort to the team at practices and games every day. He's easy to get along with, loves joking, and doesn't back away from challenges. He's coachable and receptive to feedback from coaches and teammates. Seeing him at practices and games reinforced the projection he's achieving. His progress is ideal for both a foreign kid and a 7'3" unicorn. I know that words are just words, but the truth is, it's a lot of the intangible stuff that separates a basketball player from a basketball star. Next, let's take a look and dissect what Kai could do on the basketball court. And
And guys, ano ang potential na magagawa? Kung bibigyan lang siya ng big break at ibibigay ang atensyon ng opensa. Kasi sa NBL, hindi siya ang main vocal points ng team. Kung sabihin, hindi siya yung pinaka-star. Kumbaga, ginawa siyang role player. Sa B-League sa Japan, hindi. Pero nung nasa TSF siya talaga sa isang vocal points. Siya yung sentro talaga ng puntos. Doon siya talaga nag-blossom. Every time pumasok siya sa loob, ibigay sa kanya yung puntos. So dawa, ito yung gusto natin makita. Pero siyempre, talagang mayroong perfect time ang Diyos sa kanya. Kung paano siya mapupunta sa pinakamataas na liga ng NBA. Tutuloy natin.
I think the first question anyone and everyone has for a 7-footer is, can he shoot the 3 ball? Well, the answer is yes. As you can clearly see here, the man has a nice shooting stroke. He didn't shoot 105 consecutive corner threes like Steph, but you can't deny the fact that the ability to shoot is there. In fact, in one of his seasons playing in the NBL on a limited volume, he actually shot close to 40% from distance. Then when he played against the Phoenix Suns about a year ago in the NBL-NBA crossover, he made 1 of 2 from distance, but more importantly than actually making the shot, it's important to note that it looks smooth and he looked confident taking it.
Ayan. So makita natin, meron siyang shooting, meron siyang press, meron siyang skill set ng isang big man. So, in short, meron siyang potential, meron siyang skills. Ano na lang po? Kailangan niya ng strength, kailangan niya ng big break, kailangan niya maging magpang-miss para makuha niya at ma-achieve niya. Alam ko maraming mga basos ang ating kababayan sa hindi dapat NBA, pero narating ba yung narating ng ating kababayan sa kung nasaan sa kanya? At yung bata talaga ganda ng karakter kung titignan. Kaya ito, nagustuhan ko ito, napanood ko ito nung umaga. At talagang pinakita dito, meron bang naka-notice, meron bang nakapansin sa kanya? Yes, Orlando Magic natin siya. Yes, naglaro siya ng 4th and 5th. Sa 5th, nagkaroon siya ng back spasa, injured. Pero yun sa chances niya na maglaro ng ilang minuto ng fourth game versus Portland. Napakita niyo yung potential. Tutuloy natin.
Work can always be done to improve shooting abilities, but once he improves in this category a bit more, it's a pretty much unblockable shot. Next off, look at this. It's a close overtime game with his team up 3 with a little over 30 seconds left on the game clock. If Kai could just get one more bucket, it's game over and his team could go home happy. And he could have elected to shoot the open 3, but instead, he chose the safer route and first fake going left to get rid of the help.
How did everyone suddenly get so good at writing? Word tune. It's your
defender before going for the higher percentage one dribble mid-range pull-up, which was butter.
So, makikita niya talagang meron siyang guts na tumira at meron siyang shooting. Kung titingnan nyo nga naman dito sa laban ng NBL dati, kung nga naman tumira siya ng 3 step, dapat panalo siya. So, dito, ino-notice talaga na ano ba ang kakayahan ni Kai Sotto? Hindi pa rin siya mapunta sa NBL. Or, meron na ba siyang slot? Kasi sa ngayon, ang ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto ay nasa Pilipinas at kasama na sa Gilas practice at binigyan na siya ng notice na ng doktor na pwede na siya maglaro sa practice at sa Gilas sa darating na buwan sa August. At si Jordan Clarkson ay lalaro din. So, ito ba ay napansin ng NBA at yung transition from 2018 na dapat naglalaro na sa G-League Ignite dahil nasa COVID-19. Ngayon, ito na yung mga step by step na ginawa ng ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto after maglaro na sa NBL, B-League, at ngayon nagtatry siya na makapasok sa NBA Summer League, which is nakapasok siya. At enough na ba siya na talaga makuha na ng NBA? So sa ngayon, ang washerman ay naghihintay ng tao. Ito, totoo na to. Naghihintay talaga ng tao kung ano ang pwede pang gawin para makuha ang ating kababayan si Kai Sotto. So far, walang notice, walang call, walang assurance, ganito ganyan. Kasi yung mga two-way contract, yes, bakante pa rin sa iba't ibang NBA team. Pero alam ko meron pang slot sa Orlando Magic na hindi pa finale ng Orlando management kung si Kai Sotto na ba ang mapupunta doon o mapupunta si Kai Sotto sa ibang NBA team na bakante ang two-way contract. Kasi ang two-way contract na lang ang nakita natin bakante or pwede siyang bigyan ng 10 days contract. So tuloy natin.
And which put the nail in the coffin. Moving on here, he has the capability of being a rim running big, hitting teammates for dimes, and when it comes to offense in general, because of his early training and his unicorn attributes, he could practically do it all. Then on defense, as you can see, he is an elite rim protector. Anyway, if you're wondering why the NBA hasn't seen or heard too much of Sotto in recent years, it's because of the pandemic. You see, Sotto actually finished his last 2 years of high school in the US as he attended the Miami School in Ohio. It was around this time where he trained with NBA legends like Amari Stoudemire. After graduating high school, he was then being actively recruited by many NCAA Division I schools, but ultimately decided to sign with the G League Ignite instead. Unfortunately, however, he was also playing for the Philippines national team at the time, and pandemic travel restrictions made it hard to go back and forth. So as a result, he and Ignite mutually parted ways.
Ayan guys, yun yung istorya ni Kai Sotto dahil nga sa pandemic. Pero ang pangalan niya nasa top 84 na siya o 70 o 69 sa ESPN during that time. Maglalaro dapat siya sa NBA G-League Ignite. Pero tuloy pa rin yung kanyang transition ng pangalan kung mapupunta ba sa NBA kasi ang goal talaga ng ating kababayan sa Kai Sotto ay NBA. Kaya tuloy natin.
After a while, he went over to the NBL, the top tier basketball league in Australia, where he would spend 2 seasons, and afterwards to the B League in Japan, where he has
Kaya ano ba yung napakita ni Kai Sotto sa dalawang liga na nalito? Maganda, di ba? Talaga lang, hindi lang siya mabigyan ng yung star player na approach na talagang, okay, bigyan nyo lahat dito. Ayan yung dito mag-profile ang offense natin. Bigyan nyo ng bigyan ito. Ito, magandang transition ka ng points. Parang yung ginawa niya sa TSA. Pero hindi, di ba? Hindi ganun ang sistema. Kasi ito ano natin, professional big league na ito. Kung mabigyan lang, sa tingin nyo ba kayo, mabigyan lang ng pagkakataon na ganito yung gawin ng isang team kay Kai Sotto, sa tingin nyo ba magsasucceed? Kung sa tingin nyo magsasucceed. Kasi dito nagbigay lang siya ng mga ilang points. At siyempre, nag-gel siya sa anumang sistema ng isang team sa dalawang liga na ito. At nakita ko naman, siyempre sinasabi lang hindi daw consistent. Kasi hindi naman nagro-roll siya kung ano pwede niyang gawin. Actually, pinakamataas na puntos na nagawa niya dito sa NPL at sa B-League sa Japan is the same 21 points. At nagpakita naman siya. Tuloy natin.
signed to as of today. More recently, however, Sotto made headlines from all around the world when he played in the NBA Summer League games, where he logged 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
Ayan, magandang performance yan ni Kai Sotto. Sa limitadong laro, napakita niya kung ano yung skill set na meron siya. Tuloy natin.
In just 13 minutes of play. Unfortunately, though, he had a minor back injury and had to pull out after just 1 game. But that was all the world needed to see his potential. As of now, Kai and his camp are still plotting his next move, but given the context of everything, an actual NBA appearance looks to be on the horizon for the young basketball phenom. It's important to also note that it's common for centers of his height to not reach their potentials until they grow into their frame, which could be at the age of 22, 23, or even 24. Take Embiid, for example. He didn't play his first NBA game until he was actually 22. Bol didn't really get NBA minutes until he was 23. Porzingis, on the other hand, although he was an all-star at 22, didn't have his first efficient season until he was 25. As of today, Kai just recently turned 21 and has the world ahead of him. Honestly, if he could stay healthy, he's already at a level where an NBA team could sign him.
Yan, nakita nyo dyan. 21 years old pa lang si Kai Sotto. At nakita nyo yung transition ng mga big men sa NBA. It takes years, short years, para ma-develop talaga ang kakayanan ng isang big man. Katulad ni Kai Sotto. Ang pwede lang mapuna dito is kung bigyan ba siya ng big break, talagang ibigay sa kanya. Handa ba yung katawan niya? Kasi itong nakaraan, hindi pa nga siya talagang binigyan ng malaking oras sa paglalaro. Meron na siyang injury. What more kung ibigay sa kanya, handa ba yung katawan niya? So sa tingin ko, kailangan pa rin talaga ng palakas ng katawan para talagang maging pambangis siya sa mga sa NBA. Ngayon, kung hindi pa talaga niya makuha yun, we're just hoping na makapasok siya. At walang ibang mag-decide ng kondisyon ng ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto kundi siya. Tayong mga nanonood, kaiju, mga supporters, mga bashers man, o kung sino man nanonood sa kanya, talagang big fan ng ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto. Manonotice siya. At hindi lang manonotice ng ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto ang mga nanonood. Kundi makikita yan na siya ay talagang nandun na sa rukrok ng kanyang tagumpay na mapunta sa NBA. Pero sa tingin niyo ba nakatulong yung pagbubuo o yung mga bashing, lalo na nung nasa NBA Summer League siya, na pinagsisigawan pa ng mga tao na ipasok si Kyrie, pumat ka. Sa tingin niyo ba nakatulong? Ako sa tingin ko hindi. Mas pinaliliit pa natin yung chance na mapunta siya doon kasi hayaan natin na yung sistema ng NBA ang gumalaw, hindi tayo. So tuloy natin yung video.
But if he chooses to get a bit stronger, fill out his frame a bit more, and signs with a team where he's the main focus of their offense,
Yan ang sinasabi natin. Kung siya lang ang magiging main offense, katulad ng sa TSM, at bigyan siya ng big break, o sige, i-develop natin itong potential ito, palakasin natin, meron kayong isang NBA team ang magbigay sa kanya ng ganyang treatment na talagang i-build siya bilang isang ganap na NBA player na makita siya. At hindi lang siya may stuck sa ibang liga. Which is kumikita naman siya sa ibang liga katulad ng NBL na former na pinaglaruan niya at Japan. Ngayon, mabigyan kaya siya ng big break. Sa ngayon, hindi pa. So, tuloy na rin.
build up his experience by playing 30 plus minutes per game, he'll likely be picked up by an NBA team before Dylan Dynasty Brooks tastes the playoffs again. Personally, I see either Miami or Golden State picking up young Sotto in the near future. They both have one of the best developmental programs in the NBA. They're both missing a true 7-footer. And my goodness, guys, can you imagine his development if he got into either of
Ngayon, may imagine nyo lang. Bibigyan siya ng 30 minutes, 35 minutes, tapos yung focal point ng sistema nasa kanya. Tapos i-develop siya ng isang NBA. That will be great sa ating kababayan sa Kai Sotto. Ako naniniwala na doon pa rin yung chance. Maaaring itong taon ay nasa transition siya na doon na siya, isang step na lang. Pero maliwanag din sa ating isip at observation. Kailangan talaga niya maging matamis. Yung katawan niya lalo maging malaki. Pagdating niya sa yung skills na, pero yung bangis, pero yung opportunity na bigyan siya ng pagkakataon. Ito, we're not begging for any NBA team. Siyempre, walang ibang magdidesisyon yan kundi yung management ng isang NBA team. Kukuha na siya. Pero ito talagang napakalaking hindi lang sa break, kundi notice sa buong mundo kung talagang mabibigyan lang siya ng spot at i-develop siya sa isang NBA. Tuloy natin yung pinaka-last part.
those teams, the NBA is going to have to create a new award coming out soon called the All Unicorn First Team or something, which will consist of players like Wembanyama, Holmgren, and Sotto.
Kaya makakalinya siya dyan kung sakaling mabigyan siya ng break katulad ni Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, at ngayon hindi lang hype, hindi na lang tumana, makikita na siya na pwede maglaro sa NBA. So, yun yung ating puro-puro. The truth about Kai Sotto, napansin kaya siya ng NBA? Yes, for sure, napansin siya. Pero natuwa pa at meron bang gusto ko? Yes, meron attempt. Siyempre, kaya nga rin naman ako ng Magic. Pero siyempre, nakapokus sila dun sa number 6 na si Black at number 11 na lang na si Howard. Sa mga top draft nila. ang Orlando Magic. Ngayon, meron kayang spot ang ating kababayan si Kai Sotto sa isang NBA team. Ito, tanong pa ito ng mga vlogger, yes, nasa transition ng mga kuro-kuro sa ating kababayan si Kai Sotto. Ngayon, itong taon na ba siya o sa susunod na taon uli dahil lalaro ulit siya sa hindi na siya bumalik sa B-League, pumunta siya sa Europe, or kung merong spot ang NBA G-League, dun siya magpalakas. Gusto ko sa Amerika na siya magpunta. Hindi na sa NBL, hindi na sa B-League, kundi sa Amerika. Pero ang lineup naman ng B-League, wala naman sa si Kai Sotto. Pero which man, development comes from within. Tayo mag-speculate lang or pupuna sa tunay na sitwasyon ng ating kababayan na si Kai Sotto. Ayan, hanggang dyan lang guys sa muli. Nawa ay mapunta na siya dun sa kanyang inaasam na tagumpay. And please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Nawa, itong taon na o sa susunod na 1 o 2 taon pa, kung talaga siya ay ganap na talagang mapunta sa NBA. Hanggang sa muli. Paalam guys.